Hey guys, Gamer James here. Thank you very much for clicking play on this little bonus video, this little transitional video, I think we'll call it. Um, Basically, after the glory of the Coupe de France victory, I've decided to bid adieu. We are leaving Olympique Marseille. It's time to freshen up the challenge, freshen up the series and the save for me as much as the channel. 5 seasons at Marseille. It's been a fantastic ride. I've loved it. Really, really have. 3 trophies. We've won the Coupe de la Ligue, the Coupe de France, and the Europa League. We've finished runners-up in Ligue 1 twice, but it feels like a good time to move on. You just reach that point in a save when you know you need to carry on. This save has been running. It started with Bayer Leverkusen, moved on to Marseille, so we're 6 seasons into the game. But this has been running since FM17 came out. So I'm hoping this new challenge will carry us all the way through to FM18. So this video is going to be after the intro is going to be the interviews that I took part in over the course of a week, 10 days or so in game. And it is going to lead into what will be the next chapter of this series. Here we go then. We have been given an interview at Inter Milan. This is the first one that we've been offered. They were the first job that we applied for, so I'm assuming the Juve interview will be coming up in a couple of days. So we are going to obviously attend the interview. Let's see what they have to say. So, first question, how would you overcome the relatively big obstacle of not speaking the language? I would learn it, quite simply. I have some reservations regarding the fact that we've never managed in this country. Can you explain why that shouldn't be an issue? The fact that I have experience in various other countries should hopefully make up for the fact that I'm yet to work here. Yeah, that one sounds good. Your managerial experience lacks variety in our opinion. Can you tell me why you've only worked with a small selection of teams? Because I was quite loyal, really. Now then, I've shown loyalty to every club I've managed. Actually, do you know what? Yeah, because I was sacked at Leverkusen and I stayed for 5 seasons and 2 contracts with Marseille. So why am I in the running for a few jobs right now? How do you know that I'm in the? I suppose it was linked. It was leaked, wasn't it? That I was going for the Juve job. Funnily enough, I didn't declare interest. Juventus leaked my interest in the job, which I found very, very interesting. I'm just trying to forge ahead with my career. The club would be looking for a candidate capable of performing to our expected standards across multiple competitions. Are you confident of handling that better than our previous manager? I've got a great record when it comes to meeting expectations. Coupe de Ligue final, Coupe de France final in both of the last 2 seasons. Is it 3 or 4 Coupe de Ligue finals in the 5 seasons we've been there? Europa League final, 2 second place and a 3rd place finish in Ligue 1. I think we're quite good at handling multiple competitions, to be honest. I've got a good record when it comes to meeting expectations. I think is good. How would you feel about working with our current director of football, Piero Ozilio? Let's have a quick look at him. He looks all right. I'd be quite happy with that, I think. He looks good. Don't have an assistant manager at the minute. Obviously, we need one. Just a quick scroll down there. Yeah. I'm going to have to do quite a fair bit of staff recruitment by the look of it, but I'm more than happy to work with him. That's not a problem. As part of the recruitment process, we are willing to allow you to request changes to our backroom staff. Now, do you know what? No changes in advance of the role. Absolutely. Would you be willing to sign a number of youngsters? Yes, it's exactly what I want to do. I love signing high-profile players, just as much love signing young players. They're opposed to making the most of set pieces. Why? And they're opposed to developing players using the club's youth system. Really, you've got top facilities. What is the problem with that? I would be willing to build a younger first-team squad. Yes. Are there any job aspects you would like us to judge you on? No. No. Why would I want to put myself under pressure to meet philosophies? No. We currently aren't in a position to set any expectations. Expectations and budgets will be laid out in the run-up. Yep, not a problem. Not a problem. Maximum wage allowed, 46,000. What? That's the maximum wage for any player? Are you kidding me? I'm going to have a look at that in a minute. That can't be right. You can't have players like Mauro Icardi and Gabigol on 46 grand a week. Surely. Do you have anything for us to consider should we decide to hire you? No. That covers just about. I think that went well. That's the end of the interview. To be honest, I think that went rather well. Let's have a quick look at this squad then. Hang on, this doesn't seem right. I don't get that. What was that 46? I don't really know what that 46 grand thing was all about, because you've got players on 175 grand. In fact, you have all of those players on more than 46 grand a week. What was that about? Oh well, I guess we wait to see if Juve call us in. Well, I said I thought the interview went well, and it certainly did. We have been offered the job at Inter. 3-year deal, £16,750 a week. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to negotiate the wage up. I might bring it down a bit, actually, to be honest, because it'll free up a little bit more money in the wage budget. But Juve haven't interviewed me yet. Now, out of the two, I am leaning more towards Inter. They're in the Champions League after all. They have got Gabigol and Icardi and a couple of really good players in that squad. So I'm kind of tempted to just accept this now and we'll go forward as Inter manager. But I think I'm just going to delay it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my wage down a bit. I'm going to bring it down to 14. I'm not too worried. It says there the transfer budget's 17.6 million, the wage budget's 2.6 million. I'm not too worried about that at the minute because it did say in the interview that will be addressed as we approach the new season, so I'm not worried about that at the minute. I'm wondering, would they give me 4 years if I do less? Let's see what that says. Okay, they've accepted that, so we've gone for an extra year, but with £2,750 a week less. So I'm quite happy with that at the minute. I'm thinking I'm going to delay it just for a week if we can. We're just going to delay the decision for a week. They've agreed to the delay. Here we go then. Juventus have now offered the interview. The day after we got offered the Inter job, and we've delayed it for a week, the day after Juventus have offered the interview. Let's see what they've got to say. How would you overcome the relatively big obstacle of not speaking the language? Yep, same answer. Can you explain why you appear to be in the running for a few jobs? Considering my options this time. Slightly different answer. The club will be looking for a candidate capable of performing to our expected standards across multiple competitions. I've got a good record, so we'll go with that. We value longevity at this club, and recent history shows we're prepared to give the right manager a long time to get it right. Are you prepared to give us a long-term commitment? Yes, because I've been 5 years at Marseille. Fabio Paratici is their director of football. He's amazing. Yes, I'm happy to work with him. As part of the recruitment process, we're willing to allow you to request changes to our backroom staff. No, not interested in doing any of that at the minute. Any philosophies that you would like to propose we judge you on? So they don't want us to play defensive football. They don't want us to sign high-profile players. That's interesting. That is interesting. We currently aren't in a position to set any expectations for you to meet. Expectations and budgets, same as Inter, will be laid out in the run-up to the season, and I have no requests. So it's very, very similar to Inter. So I'm assuming I'm probably going to get offered the Juve job as well. So I've got some big decision to make here. Well, don't I interview well? We've been offered the Juventus job as well. So we've got two of the biggest clubs in Italian football after us now. They've offered us the exact same deal as Inter did. So 16,750 on a 3-year deal. I'm going to do the exact same thing I did with Inter and bring it down to 14k, but take it up to 4 years. Now, this is really weird because the whole second half of the last season I've been on about Juventus. Juventus is the job I've wanted because of Dybala, because of some of the old players that I wanted to bring back as staff. But you know what? I think I'm going to take the Inter job. I think they're third. They finished third, so they're straight into the Champions League group. Juve will be in the Europa League, so immediately financially they're worse off than Inter. Although with Juve it would be a massive chance to win another Europa League. But looking at the squads, I just think Inter are slightly better. I think I'm going to get better finances going forward. I just think it's more ready-made for success at Inter. They have won the 2 titles previous to this season. Milan have won this one, but Inter won the 2 before that. So there'll be a lot more pressure with Inter because they'll be expected. Probably I'll be expected to go to the quarter-final maybe of the Champions League, and it'll be a title challenge, whereas Juve might just be a top 4 finish, but they would probably be expected to win the Europa League. So there's big challenges on both. I'm going to now suggest these terms, and I'm going to delay, and they've agreed to the delay. We're now on the 7th of June. Inter are going to be coming back to me probably on the 8th of June for an answer. I've got a little bit of last minute research to do, and then we've got a decision to make. Well, they didn't even wait a day. The same day I'm offered the Juve job, Inter have come back for their final answer. The contract has reset to what they initially offered me, so we're going to take it back down again to the 14k, put it up to 4 years. We're going to suggest the terms, and we're going to finalise the deal. We are going to take the Inter job. Boom. Welcome to Serie A. So there you have it, guys. We went into those interviews. As I said during the course of those little clips, I went in wanting the Juve job, but then when I looked into the clubs, Inter took pole position and with a job that I ended up really wanting. They've got some good players. You can see Signor Icardi there next to me. Hopefully will get us a lot of goals, but they've got a lot of decent young players as well. They've got the big swing for me was the fact that they finished third last season, so they're straight into the Champions League group stage, and of course Juventus are in the Europa League, so that would be an immediate stumbling block that I'd have to try and break back into the Champions League places. It's doable, but Inter are already there. As we go in through the first few episodes of the new series with Inter, we'll have a look at things in more depth, but really excited. It's re-energized me now for this save. I can't wait to get going on it. Obviously now there's going to be a long old pre-season. I'm going to play an awful lot of friendlies because there's going to be a few different formations that I try out and see which ones fits. I've got a lot of staff and players to address and to decide whether they're staying, whether they're going. Try and hold on to the ones that I want to keep. So it's just going to be a really exciting summer. It's going to take me a while to get through it because I normally let the assistant handle the friendlies, but I'm not going to be able to do that this time because I need to assess my squad. I need to assess tactical possibilities for that squad. But yeah, I cannot wait to get going on it. So make sure, if you're not already subscribed, that you smash that subscribe button now. Like this video as well if you could, that'd be amazing. And do not miss episode 1 of Intermission coming soon.